Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to American Metal Magazine once again. And we have a really killer band on a Zoom mini and on a meeting right now. This is Pure American Filth. Welcome to
What's
AMM,
up?
guys.
What's
What's
happening,
up,
guys?
man?
Excellent, excellent. Well, listen, man, before every show, I like to just kind of make sure that I've listened to the latest music that you guys have. And I was listening to the album that I found online, and man, I was blown away, man. You know,
Yeah,
man, because you guys, how can I explain it? You have a varied musical sounds that come from the same band. It's not just a bam bam bam. Man, you guys are doing all kinds of different things with your sound, and that really impressed me about what I was listening to. I'm sitting there thinking, God, this is like one of those moments like when I first heard Led Zeppelin or something, man. And I'm like, this is,
Thanks, man. Thanks,
huh,
man. It kind of
hey,
comes from a lot of Lonnie. How long were you a teacher for?
27 years.
27 years. So sometimes
ah,
sometimes practice gets a little off because Lonnie has taught so much music and he knows so much stuff, and so do I. So we'll just kind of get off into 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. It just depends on what he comes up with or whatever.
yeah,
So yeah, that's where we get our rounded, sound of
yeah,
not wanting everything just like you said, we don't want everything to be like bam bam bam. When you listen to five
mhm,
songs, you're like, well, that one sounds like song 3 and that one song,
yeah.
we just want to blast out. We have just a versatile style.
Yes, exactly. That's the best way. Versatile style, man. And that makes, when you're listening to an album, it makes it enjoyable, man, because you get those seasons of change there, and you're like, wow, man, that's really deep right there. And then it's a punch in the nose, heavy metal, and it's just like, wow, man. And
No, that's so cool to hear because that's exactly when Pure American Filth was brought together. That's exactly what we were looking for.
yeah, well, it's recognizable now. You've done it. It's clear. If I could see it, anybody can see it. But it really resonated, man. And I just really enjoyed listening to the whole thing, man. I'm gonna go back and listen to it again after the show, man. I got to tell you, and not every band, there's a lot of them I listen to. I listen to everybody that I talk to, but there are some that just really kind of stand out, and I think that you
Yeah,
guys
right.
are really on point.
Right now, we're in the middle of just got done laying drum tracks down in the
Yeah.
studio. Matter of fact, last night we're doing 5 songs, and Lonnie went in and laid all the rhythm tracks down last night in like 3 hours.
Wow.
For 5 songs.
5 songs, and
Dang.
He's an ass, man.
yeah,
Here I am
Yeah.
almost a whole day and a half
Man.
with for drum tracks.
Sometimes it's subliminal. I don't know.
Right. Maybe so. Well, let's talk about it. Let's
Kinetic,
what
kinetic activity and shit.
what do you guys have in the hopper right now? Do you have what's your latest release? And what do we got forward to look? What's coming up in the pike, man? You got one coming up soon? What's going on in the recording?
yeah. When we first kicked it off, we did it with Back Motherfucker, and that was
Yeah,
starting.
BMF.
Yep, BMF, Back
I love
Motherfucker,
that song.
and then we ended up shooting trenches out
Yeah.
in the trenches,
Yes.
and that's sort of taken over pretty good. I don't. I mean, I know Bo had gotten a hold of me, and he wanted to put Undone on his show,
Hmm.
and I got to hear that a couple times. But we right now we're trying to get something else new and fresh out. We
Yeah. Excellent. And so obviously you guys are on Spotify and other purchase links. You can go to, by the way, you can go to AmericanMetalMagazine.com and go to our Amnidex and find this band, which will lead you to their website and their contact information. So we list everybody that we interview in our Amnidex, which is just a great way to make sure that you can follow this band. So make sure you do that and get to their website. So what's going on next, fellas? What's going on with the tour? Are you playing now? Do you have a solid run that you're doing? What's going on with play out dates right now?
Well, tomorrow's sold out show at the
Sold
Aztec
out.
Theater.
Wow.
So that sold out. And then
Well, we were on Rock the River, but we had to pull off that because we had some, one of the guys in the band, Scott, father-in-law, passed away. So, but we ended up scoring a pretty badass show, and we're in the middle of setting other stuff up. But we just we're getting ready to do a show with Corrosion of Conformity.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty stoked about that.
Is that a lot of venues near you, or are you getting out a little further? Kansas City. So
it's more near us right now.
Yeah. That one's near us.
With
John, we're in cahoots with John Coons from Curtain Call, and we're trying to get other stuff set up as many as we can.
Yes,
out of town.
Yeah, that's great. Well, you're going to find it with those guys. They got it going on, man. We get a lot of stuff from them here in the magazine, and we see a really aggressive PR and label, and they're doing it for guys. So congratulations for getting with
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's a good hookup
to
for you.
Push for us to get down in Florida.
Yeah,
he really wants us down there.
Come on, man. You can stay with me here.
Well, man, thank you, man. That
man.
would definitely save us some dough, and we promise we don't trash hotels or people's houses, so we're pretty laid back.
All right, so your house broken. That's what you're saying.
Yes, we are.
Okay, all right.
Broken.
That's cool, man. That's good.
Music speak for ourselves, man. If we didn't tear up stages, that's about it, man.
If you need to adopt a band, we can set this up, man. We have connections that we could get you a new home here in Florida.
There you go.
But I hope that you guys can get down here because this sound that they have is fresh. It's powerful, and it's diversified, and that makes them. Well, I can see why your next show sold out. That's testament to what's going on with these guys. I think it's only a matter of time before you spread your wings and you're going to be getting out on a much bigger circuit. Yeah, that's what I see happening.
That would be awesome.
Thanks for your high parade.
Thank you, and I can't wait till you and everybody else gets. If you think that those three are versified, wait till the other five come out, and it's
wow.
It's with smoke rings to the sky, and it just is.
Excellent.
I don't mean to brag, but it definitely set me back. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
That is so different from BMF and Trenches.
Yeah.
And, we just are really happy with what we're writing, man.
That's together at this age and find people to gel with.
Yeah, we're no spring.
Yeah, that's right, man. That's the real trick. And I got a question. So who's the main, how does that happen for you guys? Who's the main lyricist? How do you develop that sound? Where does first of all,
lyricist?
I just kind of sit there and I watch a lot of stuff. I mean, I just base everything off a live period. But I mean, if it wasn't, for these three guys, putting down stuff, I mean, we all sit there and it's like, I have a recorder in my hand every time they play.
Yeah.
And whether they're working on something or just fucking around.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I could come up with something to that.
That's how we fuck around.
Yeah.
We got a song called Fuck Around.
Nice.
And that's one of them that we'll be putting out too as well.
Excellent. They look forward to that one. And and the lyrics are great, man. They're really driven because I like that line in BMF, and I will probably screw it up, but I caught it. It was something about, hey, you're with some whiskey drinking, hell racing. Yeah, something
Smoking
like
weed.
that. Yeah, smoking weed, man. And I was like, hell, that's my boys right there now. Because
Well,
yeah,
then, wait
bad
till you hear,
motherfuckers, man. That's it, right? Yeah,
yeah,
that's what you
smoke
guys are,
rings.
man.
The new one, Smoke Rings to the Sky, is
Yeah.
about fucking smoking weed.
Yeah,
It's,
excellent, man. You guys really, and that's just, and what they've done is just so driven. I can't even explain it, man. All you can do is listen to these guys, and you need to jump on and check it out. There's going to be some other music dubbed into this interview. It's probably coming up right about now, actually. But you got to check it out. There's nobody that I've seen exactly like these guys. So they're really
thank you.
on point,
Yeah,
man.
thanks for your
Thank
You
you,
are.
man. That
Yeah,
just
you are on point. Yeah. So
Well,
what
thank you,
were
sir.
what were those influences, man? This is what I like to find out. It's one of my favorite questions. I know I'll give you a setup, but now it doesn't have to be a band, man. And, we don't have to go through that. But I'm talking about real inspiration, like family, man, or somebody that got you into it, or it can be a band, man. Or that first time that you heard something. How did that happen for you guys, man?
It was Van Halen. When I was a kid, 1978. Everybody
Yeah.
said that's not a guitar. You know what I mean? I was like,
mine was actually I played probably 15 years of jazz, so mine was Buddy Rich, and then my older brother turned me on to Iron Maiden, and I was done. I was done. I was a metalhead ever
Wow.
since, and then I just got into more progressive and more harder music, and then I sat down, listened to Mickey D with that beginning lick of Them off of King Diamond, and I was like, who is this?
Yeah.
So I progressed onto that, and then nowadays it's Gajora, that's more Mastodon, and more for me more technical, Portnoy,
Yes,
and
I can see that.
that's for his drums. That's
What
Yeah.
about you, Scotty?
I was a Baptist kid, so
What?
metal bands broke out in the '80s. That's when I kind of found myself.
there you go.
Scott follows a lot of the darker stuff.
Yeah. Right on.
industrial, probably.
Yeah.
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 That's
Kind of
cool.
we're everywhere on the whole
Yeah.
spectrum. We're everywhere.
Well, it just shows in our music because that's
Well, exactly.
where, I mean, if it's jazz, for me, jazz funk.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Lonnie's Lonnie's an alien, so he just,
And what's
I'm lucky
funny-
to play with such good musicians.
Yeah. And what's funny with me, I listen to a lot of country.
Yeah, me
And
too.
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
it's
Old,
crazy.
old school. Old school.
Heck yeah.
It has to be old school.
I like Red Dirt.
Shania Twain.
Man, I love old school country, man.
That's what
That's
I'm thinking.
I listen to a lot of old school. I listen to a lot of Red Dirt, but
okay.
it's
Yeah.
Young and Luke.
Yeah.
yeah.
right
See,
on.
I get kicked in the balls. It's cool.
It's cool.
By when it's all said and done, what we put out is pretty badass.
It is. That's it, man.
And I just think that's what you hear and thank you, by the way, for your praise, but that's why I think that we're different. That
Yes.
it's just such a collective of different shit,
Yeah,
and our
right,
heads are, in Pure American Filth and our songwriting, but we come from such a different background of
Yes. And it all seems to click. And that's why I love this part of the show when we find out about those influences, because if you listen to the music, come back and watch the interview, and then it'll all start to make sense. And you can really see that and it comes through. And that is what's really awesome, man, about music and metal and rock and roll, man, is that it's a format to pull those inspirations in and those backgrounds in and mix it up.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chemistry, man. And you guys click. So, and if you check out the stage presence, man, you guys That's great, man. You got it. You know, you got
Thank you.
the energy, man. It's a hell of a show. No wonder it's sold out. I mean,
Well,
Thank
why
you.
not?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, looking forward to it.
yeah. What do you think some of the challenges are that you face ahead, man? What are some of the things? I know money, man. That's an easy. If the dude had $1 million, I'd send it over right now, man. Cash app, yeah.
Right
But
on.
yeah, but I don't. So let's besides money, man.
When you keep playing that lottery, I'm gonna call you up.
Oh man, yeah, please do. You'll be in line with a lot of bands, man. Yeah, you'll have company. I'll have a
Some of
waiting
the
room.
challenges, I think one of the biggest challenges is people that are, what's the word I'm looking for? They're pissed off because they didn't think of about what we're doing first. You know, they're
Yeah,
jealous,
yeah, jealousy.
and then,
Yeah,
well,
right
you
on.
know, I mean, it's
Yeah.
shown a couple
Well, I've
times
seen it.
here, and it's just
Yeah,
like, you know, it's just like basically,
yeah, that's a
Bands
real
don't
deal,
work
man.
together. I mean,
Mm-mm.
everybody's kind of against each other. And
Mm.
nowadays, I mean, you know, COVID and stuff, I think a lot of people are coming back, and it's a lot to
Yeah.
do with the venues. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yes.
And getting something established, like you were saying, what when you were asking us about like tours or getting on the road, and you know, it's so hard to get lined up dates, right?
Yeah.
And nowadays we all have to have jobs, so
Yeah.
we can't, you know, we have families, we have houses, where, you know, like I say, we're not teenagers, man. I'm 56. I mean, you
Yeah.
know,
God damn, you're old.
Well,
I think we're
you're
all,
younger than the dude,
but
man.
that's the thing. We can't just right now
Yeah.
pick up
Right.
and go without
Right.
having something lined up, and then taking
Yes.
a week off and
Right.
stuff like that. That's a big challenge.
I
you
think
know?
that's
Yes.
everybody's challenge. Yeah.
I think I hear that a lot. Right. Let's say
You know,
somebody said
and
that my biggest problem is my day job.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
You
It
know,
gets in the way.
Yeah.
It's
like I
terrible.
said, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, we're the greatest band in the world, but we're just having fun. Some old motherfuckers having fun,
Mm.
man. Yes. That's
Well,
it.
man, I think that you guys have really got an edge, you know, and I think we live in a world right now, in the world of metal, that age sometimes is like a fine wine, right? And that you've matured and you know what rock and roll is. You've lived
Yes.
it before all everything changed. You lived it. And what I get excited about is when I go to shows like your show and others, and I see younger guys and girls in the crowd, and they're just blown away. They're like, "Wow, what is this? This is awesome," you know. And so if we can hand that down to new bands, because new bands are coming up right behind you, man. I talked to a band the other day. The oldest member was 21, and they are monsters, man.
Yeah, well,
They
good,
kick
man.
ass,
That's good to
right?
see. Yeah,
So you know, I think what we're seeing here is just a rebirth, man, of rock and roll and metal. And as bands get better and the cream rises to the top, and there are at least more channels, we try to do the same thing. We try to find the very best and put those on our magazine, because we feel like that helps to separate you from a lot of other bands, well, that just need to get back in the studio right now, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank
talking
you.
about the younger generation, it's hopefully more kids can get out and actually grab instruments, play
Yeah.
music instead of sitting in their parents' basement, playing video games, you know,
Playing on their phone.
their phones, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Guitar Hero, actually, you know, actual instruments and getting out, because, you know, they're the ones that's keeping the music, you know, your Sabbath, your Kiss, your,
Yeah.
you know, on and on and on music, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. They're the ones carrying the torch, and that's what
Yeah.
we need.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly, man.
Yeah.
And I see
A
that.
lot of
I
it.
see that.
Yeah. So, you know, going back to our age and how we do, you know, at 56, you know, we had to rewind cassette tapes to see what drum.
I remember
you know
that.
what I mean, or 8 tracks even. I'm going to tell on myself. Nowadays, you know, and not anything against the younger people, but they got YouTube, and you've got younger and younger, and they're just getting so badass.
They are.
Yeah.
But for an older generation, man, you've got a lot of life and a lot of pain and a lot of, you know, shit that has just happened that makes our, you know, age group of how we write. You know, we write with a lot of feeling. A lot of younger kids, you know, they can go on and go, oh, so that's how that's fingered, you know, and you just rewind YouTube and you're like, that's cool. Coming from our days, man, we didn't have that. But I'm learning that and setting down and going, man, YouTube is so cool.
Yeah.
You know, like the heel toe.
Yeah. What's up with that?
All of the fast double bass. But, you know, I'm learning to go back like the younger generation and learn some of that stuff, man. So it makes it really cool. But, you know, those guys will learn through life.
Yeah.
And, you know, the experience that they have and the technical shit that they have off of YouTube. The kids nowadays will be so badass in 20 years I mean, music,
think about that, right?
20
That's a good
years,
point.
I cannot imagine what it will be like.
Where will it be?
Soul in there. Get a little soul in there.
Yeah, I mean, look at you've got 7, 8-year-olds even, you know, playing guitars going, you know?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah,
that's really what I'm seeing too, man. It's just been for me personally on this side of the microphone and being an interviewer, I'm really blown away, man. I there for a long time, I really believed that rock and roll was dead, man. I just, my heart was broken, y'all. I mean, I walked around with my head down, you know, and man, and but when I hear bands like yours and others that I found recently, man, I'm just turned back on again, you know, man, the switch is back on, man. And I just appreciate what you guys are doing, whether you see it or not. You're making a difference in the rock and roll world.
Thank you. Thank you.
Every time I come down here to practice and I, you know, get to hear these guys play, man, I'm turned on and ready to roll, work on something new, man.
That's it, man. That's it. That's exactly it. So, well, man, I just really appreciate you guys visiting with me. Man, it's been great having you on the magazine. We're going to put you guys a couple of pages on the magazine and put some links and things like that all over it. And, you know, of course, please share us on social media and all that stuff. But man, it's just been a thrill meeting you guys. You guys want to shout out to anybody or say hey before we wrap it up? Anybody want to say hi to?
Man, anybody that's listening, listens to us and that enjoys what we play, hell yes. Keep rock alive. And we just want to say thank you and be ready for some more filthy stuff to come out, man.
Nice.
Here soon.
Keep it filthy, boys.
Yeah, please message us on you know, Facebook Messenger. You know, you get on there, at least come in and say hi, you know.
I love
Don't just send a hand wave. Say, hey, motherfuckers, what's up?
Right. And speak your truth, man. If you know, I'm not I'm old enough. I don't knock criticism and you know, if you want to chat, then dude, I love talking to whatever age group of musicians that are out there, man.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
Yeah, we'd like to hear from people.
Yeah, and that's what I really love about where we are with the independent music scene. These guys are approachable. You know, definitely reach out to them, say hi. You know, if you've been working on something that you've seen that they're doing that you liked, and you're doing something that's similar, talk to these guys, man. Trust me, they're good people, and they will help you help them. You know, so again, thanks for coming on the American Metal Magazine. And you can get links to these guys at www.americanmetalmagazine.com. And of course, subscribe. And that way you get the latest content for these greatest bands sent to you in a nice email. But thanks a lot, guys, for coming in. Can I get a big go AMM? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go AMM! Wow!
Woo! Dang, filthy!